Welcome to this installment of my favorite Pokemon types, in which I will be talking about the fighting type Pokemon. Just as a disclaimer, this video has nothing to do with competitive play, metagame, or even, which Pokemon has the highest stats or which else. These are just Pokemon that I happen to like. Back in Gen 1, Hitmonchan was always my favorite choice. I just liked that it had access to Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Comet Punch, and I believe that was the moveset that I had it learn because that was cool. It was the Punching Fiend, and it just seemed like no matter what it faced, it had a punch that could do it. Then it got access to some more punches, such as Sky Uppercut. It got access to Bullet Punch. It gets access to Mach Punch. Like, there's so many punching moves that it can do, and of course the classic Mega Punch. But as a fighting type, it doesn't really get a stab out of using those punches, so it was just kind of fun to use, even though most of its attacks it wasn't getting as much of a hit out of them as it could until it got the ability Iron Fist, which gives its punching moves a boost. Oh, cool. And thank God it had that move because it had that ability, because could you imagine like every other Pokemon with that ability, but the punching Pokemon doesn't? That'd be one of the weirder things in the Pokemon. Well, maybe not. But either way, I just really enjoyed this Pokemon. Like I said, this has nothing to do with anything, but it's a really fun Pokemon to use because, you just like to picture it stand there and it's boxing, like its stance, and it'll follow through, and it has so many cool moves. Now, for Saint Seiya fans, it's kind of like it can do Ryusei Ken, like Seiya Ken, through the Comet Punch, and or maybe Mach Punch, and it can also do Rosen Shoryuha through the Sky Uppercut. I don't know, it's just one of those things that I think about when I'm actually using this Pokemon. Now in Gen 3 I actually caught a shiny Makuhita, and then of course Hariyama. I never actually, I know I just talked about using Hitmonchan, but I never actually used any other fighting types other than it. And with Blaziken and Breloom, they're grass and fire types, and that's what I consider them to be. So even Poliwrath as well. Heracross too, that was just, a bug type. So Hariyama was my first real using a fighting type Pokemon to actually use. And I was pretty impressed with the power of the moves. I was pretty impressed with every fighting type move is very strong. I never knew how aggressive they were. So Hariyama kind of opened me up to that, and it's a shiny, so of course I want to use it because, hey everyone, I have shiny, and this is back before all the crazy methods of getting shinies were out there. This was a total chance encounter. So yeah, Hariyama kind of opened me to the world of fighting type Pokemon. In Gen 4, I actually broke one of my rules and went back and I used a Gen 3 Pokemon. I try to only use new Pokemon in my parties when I first play through the game. I wanted to use Magmortar as my fire type, but that wasn't going to happen. And I just needed a Pokemon with a strong fire move at the very least. Well, Ponyta and Rapidash were out of the question because it's not that I disliked them, it's just that, well, I didn't want to use them. Pure and simple. I remembered that Medicham had access to Fire Punch. So Fire Punch, Reversal, and then I think Psycho Cut it has, and then, Psychic itself, I believe I taught it, or maybe there was some other punching, Drain Punch. Yeah, Medicham was pretty cool and unexpectedly good. It had the ability Pure Power. Wow, it doubles the attack stat of the Pokemon. Wow, so it doesn't even really need to really have a high attack stat because it'll be double. Wow, so I was so impressed by Medicham, and I've raised quite a few, and I haven't really delved into using the Mega form, but I'm sure I'll enjoy it too. Lucario was another Pokemon, it has such a sad history. It was originally supposed to be a legendary Pokemon. It was going to be fighting in Dark, and then they changed it to Fighting Steel. Just decided, it's not going to be a legendary. We'll just have it be a regular Pokemon, and then we'll give it a pre-evolution, kind of like Arcanine. Lucario is awesome though. So when you're having it use Metal Claw, it actually creates claws on the back of its paws to be like Wolverine. I like to imagine when it uses Flash Cannon, it's charging up energy in the spike on its like front, like on its chest, or maybe, I guess it's a chest. I mean, it's a dog, but it stands on its hind legs. And it fires it off like how a giant robot would fire off its chest beam. It has access to close combat, but now, Aura Sphere used to be Lucario's signature move, even though within that gen, there were many Pokemon that could use it as well, which was a little disappointing. But most of them were legendaries, Togekiss. And, well, it's still considered to me to be Lucario's signature move, since it is the Aura Pokemon. Like, it's what it's known for being. I forget what the actual Pokedex entry is. But, to me, because it can sense the aura of others, and it'll actually choose its trainer based on the aura of that trainer. Like, it may even seek out a trainer just because it has a good aura. Like, that's how it decides who it will train it. So, and Lucario is just so magical. Like, being part steel is almost kind of like a detriment, but still, that just makes it really awesome because now it can't be poisoned. It's still awesome. But it's still an amazing Pokemon, and I don't know of many people that actually dislike it, and if they do, well, you're entitled to your opinion. But Lucario was amazing to use. Now, X and Y, we had no information about any Pokemon, and it took a while for people to really get the word out there. So my Pancham stayed a Pancham for quite a long while, but that was okay because I had access to some really cool moves. Now with the Iron Fist ability, you know, its punching moves got like an increase as well, and it was like, alright, when are you evolving into that really cool Pangoro? Oh, I need a Dark type in my party. Fighting Dark offhand sounds really good, but then when you're like, I'm going to use my fighting type versus the other fighting type, and it's going to be a big fighting tournament. No. As much as I like Pangoro, I can't use it against other fighting types, but then again, why would I, knowing that it's part Dark type? In fact, being fighting Dark is such a huge advantage because then you don't have to switch out when a Psychic comes in, and even against, you know, Dark types, it'll take even less damage. It's pretty amazing, and I have to admit, the Kung Fu Panda concept for a Pokemon has been long overdue. I saw Crabrawler, like I happened upon it, and at first when I saw it as a pre-release Pokemon, I wasn't too sure what I thought about it. And it being a fighting type, I was like, what? Like, what? Oh, its pincers are like boxing gloves. I get it. But if you watched my actual Sun and Moon playthrough, Crabrawler is amazing. Like, you don't eat, like, it's fast, and it hits so hard. You don't even, like, it'll only evolve in one area. So, you don't really need, per se, to have it evolve. Like, I used it, like, unevolved throughout most of my, you know, journey throughout, you know, the Alola region. And it stayed very strong. In fact, you don't even, it's one of those rare Pokemon that doesn't need to evolve to get stronger. And when it does evolve, it does become part Ice, which, that kind of throws it back. But, so I like Crabrawler as is, and I've heard that its shiny form, the pincers are actually red, which is more boxing glove looking, but I like it as is. I really enjoy Crabrawler. Like I said, and it does get some water type moves, but it's pure fighting. And, you know, it gets, like, it is just such a cool Pokemon, and it has that, like, punk look to it, like, it's going to get into a fight. Like, I almost think its little antennas are meant to look like a pompadour. I really think that's what they were going for. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me about your favorite fighting type Pokemon. Make sure to give this video a like, and do make sure to subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos as well as the other videos in this series. And again, thank you so much for watching.